Get ready for the action, because we are diving straight into the heavyweight boxing drama. Hall of Famer Roy Jones, Jr., has dropped some serious verbal bombs on Zuffa Boxing, asserting that the move to create its own rankings and belts is going to seriously imperil the entire structure of boxing. Jones is laying down the law, telling everyone they have to kiss their ass if you want to fight, and questioning the legitimacy of single-entity boxing bodies like the Ali Act. We break down exactly what this means for the future of the sport.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we shift gears completely to the UFC's inner circle and some seriously spicy celebrity gossip. UFC CEO Dana White just dropped a bombshell, naming Sean Diddy Combs as the rudest celebrity he has ever encountered, detailing a wild encounter at a charity event involving security and a young niece. We explore the explosive details of this confrontation and what it reveals about the high-stakes world of the UFC. Now, we turn our attention to the MMA world, where legends are making big moves. MMA legend Ronda Rousey revealed the inspiration behind her massive comeback fight against Gina Carano, pointing directly to Mike Tyson's legendary return as the catalyst for her renewed drive. We also hear Rousey's candid thoughts on the shifting power dynamics within the UFC and her frustrations with the current business structure. And finally, we look at the massive talent influx happening in boxing. Reports are swirling that Zuffa Boxing is about to sign heavyweight contenders Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, signaling a huge shift in the landscape. Dana White confirmed that these signings are imminent, and we discuss what this means for potential matchups and the future of elite boxing talent. Don't miss the rest of the news. Stay locked in with us. Dana White has responded to comments made by Roy Jones, Jr., criticizing Zuffa Boxing's move to establish its own rankings and belts, a development that has drawn sharp commentary regarding the future of professional boxing. Roy Jones, Jr., the 5-division world champion, asserted that Zuffa's strategy will undermine established multi-sanctioning organizations, stating, "It's not about a title anymore, it's who they want there. Talent, skill, hard work, all those things should determine who's the best. You should have an opportunity to get a shot at the best if you're the best. You have to kiss their ass if you want to fight. Most of the people around are too idiotic to understand what is really happening. They don't understand. By the time they get it, it's already too late." Jones' remarks suggested that Zuffa's move effectively neuters the sport by reducing opportunities for elite fighters. Dana White addressed Jones' critique following a Zuffa Boxing event, adopting a measured tone. White countered Jones' assertion about fighters needing to submit to certain entities, stating, "I don't know whose ass you gotta kiss around here to get fights." When Roy says something like, "You've gotta kiss their ass to do this and that," I think that if you asked any of the fighters, they would tell you that we treat them very well, treat them like professional athletes, and any of the interactions that I've had have been nothing but respectful. White added that while he respects Jones' opinions, disrupting a business naturally causes friction. The controversy centers on Zuffa Boxing's push for a single-entity boxing body, aiming to remove safeguards like the Ali Act, which was enacted in 2000 to promote separation between organizations and enforce financial transparency. Zuffa seeks to eliminate financial disclosures and control fighter purses under a single structure. This move is seen as a direct challenge to the legacy built by organizations that previously fostered multiple avenues for fighters, such as Pride FC and Strikeforce, which the UFC eventually acquired. Critics argue that Zuffa's consolidation threatens the ability of fighters to leverage their talents and risks the future of boxing legislation. Roy Jones, Jr., alongside other legends like Oscar de la Hoya, has voiced concerns about this trajectory, leaving the ultimate impact of Zuffa's strategy on the sports landscape uncertain. UFC CEO Dana White has publicly labeled Sean Diddy Combs as the rudest celebrity he has ever encountered, detailing a specific incident that fueled his strong negative opinion. During an appearance on the Katie Miller podcast, White referred to the music mogul as the biggest D ever. White explained that this assessment stems from an encounter years prior at a charity event hosted by skateboarder Tony Hawk. The incident involved White attending with his young niece, who was a fan of Diddy at the time. According to White, Diddy arrived with a substantial security detail, reportedly including F-10 security guards. White claimed the security team treated his niece rudely and frightened her, causing her to flee without a photograph. White expressed intense anger over the use of such heavy security at a children's charity event, questioning the necessity and the subsequent poor treatment of the child. In the same interview, White also mentioned a negative interaction involving UFC star Conor McGregor, who was found liable for sexual assault. White stated that after meeting Diddy at a UFC event, McGregor, a former fan, told him he wanted to punch him in the face. These comments surface as Diddy is currently serving a 50-month sentence at FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey, following a 2025 conviction on prostitution-related charges, with his legal team challenging the sentence and his release date recently updated to April 2028. Beyond the celebrity feud, White is managing significant strategic shifts within the UFC, including navigating a new business model following a $7.7 billion broadcast deal with Paramount that transitioned events to Paramount Plus and altered the pay-per-view structure. Furthermore, White is planning a controversial July 4th event at the White House and working to negotiate Conor McGregor's return, while also addressing recent on-cage tensions between fighters Ilia Topuria and Josh Hockett. White has asserted his resolve regarding the UFC's business decisions, stating he does not care if his association with President Donald Trump impacts the organization's finances, citing Trump's early support for the sport in 2001 as the basis for his loyalty. MMA legend Ronda Rousey is gearing up for a highly anticipated comeback fight against Gina Carano this Saturday in the first-ever MMA event streamed live on Netflix. Ahead of the bout, Rousey shared insights into her motivation, revealing that watching Mike Tyson's highly viewed comeback at nearly 60 years old inspired her, suggesting it was more than just nostalgia, but offered a specific element she was seeking. Rousey has long sought to face Carano, who has not competed professionally since 2009. Initial discussions with UFC President Dana White did not materialize, leading Rousey to partner with Netflix and Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions for the event. In discussing her relationship with the UFC, Rousey expressed significant dissatisfaction with the organization's handling of star power. She alleged that UFC Chief Business Officer Hunter Campbell actively tried to sabotage the fight, claiming Carano was not serious, and that executives prioritized the brand over individual star power. Rousey suggested that major stars like Nate Diaz and Francis Ngannou are being discouraged from demanding higher compensation because the company fears they are too large to fail and do not want anyone to eclipse the company again. Rousey has not been shy about criticizing the current state of the UFC, even making pointed remarks during an appearance on AEW regarding the TKO Group, which owns both the UFC and WWE. She praised AEW for its less restrictive environment compared to WWE, noting she felt less edited and more authentic. Reflecting on her time in WWE, Rousey admitted to feeling constrained by a forced structure that felt like imitating others. While acknowledging the valuable experiences in the ring, she described the process as anxiety-inducing. She expressed support for Triple H taking over as head of creative, believing things have improved since his tenure, though she did not personally experience that shift firsthand. Promoters Dana White and Turki Alalshik are reportedly moving forward with securing top talent for Zuffa Boxing, with recent rumors suggesting the potential signings of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. The speculation intensified following reports of Conor Benn's significant deal and a long-term extension with Zuffa Boxing. During Zuffa Boxing 6's post-fight press conference in Las Vegas on May 10, 2026, Dana White addressed the rumors directly. When questioned about Shakur Stevenson, White indicated that the news was imminent, stating, "Did we announce the Shakur Stevenson? No, possibly. He expressed confidence in the roster, asserting that everyone would eventually be at Zuffa Boxing, emphasizing the current high level of performance. Regarding Devin Haney, White maintained an optimistic outlook, saying, "I think everybody is going to be at Zuffa Boxing eventually." This sentiment was fueled by recent teasing from Devin Haney's father regarding a reported $100 million deal. While the possibility of these signings remains speculative, the potential impact is significant. Should Stevenson and Haney join the promotion, it could lead to a highly anticipated showdown between the two, potentially realizing a long-sought bout. Experts suggest that if these mega signings materialize, these fighters would likely be featured in major Zuffa boxing events at larger venues, building on past co-promotions like the Terence Crawford vs. Canelo Alvarez event. The ultimate goal for White and Alalshik is to provide fight fans with the bouts they desire, and securing these talent could be a major step forward, contingent on smooth negotiations with boxing sanctioning bodies.